is your host of this program, Dish of Life Extra, Dr. Semiyu OlaGolden. Today, I am going to tell you about something so important in life that you will start rethinking about it. If we can't finish today, we will continue next week. But simplicity to say that you should be very patient and listen carefully to what I have to share with you today. Everyone should know that every death in life starts from the stomach. So say hypocrites. And no colon is normal. When we talk about colon, we are talking about the large intestine. There is none that is normal. But with all that we eat, drink, do everything with, the colon is always having residue that could be toxic to the body. So, he told us that the best weapon to eradicate poverty and diseases in this world is education. And that's exactly what I'm bringing to you from Dish of Life Extra, from this radio station, Vision 92.1 FM. There is something they call the peace of mind, which it has no tangible way you can touch it. But the peace of mind of our body begins in the kitchen and pantry, the gardens and backyard, that's where we plant this food, where they are grown and prepared. The energies of this nature and infinite universe, they are absorbed through the food we eat and are transmitted into our thoughts and actions. Michio Kushi said this in one peaceful word. The basis of every disease known and yet unknown rests squarely on the nutrition that is given to our body. How do they define nutrition? Different bodies and different people define nutrition several ways. One of them is defined as the process of providing or obtaining the food necessary for health and growth. That is quite simple, isn't it? The other one says the process of nourishing or being nourished, especially the process by which a living organism assimilates food and uses it for growth and for replacement of tissue. But the one that is always very interesting to me is this, that it is a process by which a living organism assimilates food and uses it for growth, liberates energy, and replacement of tissues. Its successive stages include digestion, absorption, assimilation, and excretion. This is a very broad and all-encompassing definition. And when you look at it, you will know that food is the main drive that our body needs to live the life to the full, both physically, mentally, and spiritually. And when we look at everything that is happening to us, you will find out that a lot of us, we are looking at our health on a very minimalistic way. So minimalistic that we only think of health in terms of the germs and the diseases that brings about all type of, pain to us. But believe me, health is broader than that. And when you look at it, when we remove this germ from your body, as in the hospitals, where you come to visit us there, we have just done a part of the job. Have we replaced the health that you had before? No drug is going to do that for you. The drug is only going to remove that is not good in you. The rest is now from other sources. So, if you look at the way we spend our money in this country, both the individual and the government, we spend so much on hospitals, on drugs, and how to maintain all these big structures. We spend so much money to teach ourselves how to eat. We spend so much money at the detriment of so many infrastructural facilities that support good health. Facilities like good environment, clean water, clean environment, and so on. Good relationship with people. The strongest of it all is the food we eat and drink that provides that energy, the nutrient that keeps the life going. We can keep ailments at the lowest level simply by caring about what our citizens eat, drink, and how they eat and drink them. There are so many theories of diet that are propounded daily as the best way to stay healthy. They all claim to be, this is the best dish you can eat. This is the best way you can eat. Some say high protein, some say low protein, some say no protein. Others say high carbohydrate, the others say no carbohydrate, etc. They even call Mediterranean diet. There are so many of them. But all these dietary theories are being explained by each proponent, but none take into consideration the individuality of human being. Each of us is created specific. We are created the way we are created by our Creator, so that we can have what we will have as our nutrition surrounding us. So they did not take into consideration the genetic constitutions, the tribal differences, and even food differences according to how we have been created and how we've been kept. In those days, when there were no scientific discovery about this and that, our people were eating from what was provided for them in their immediate environment, which corresponds to their peculiar nature, and they are able to survive. They know what to eat simply by eating the things that are provided by nature. Nowadays, we spend billions of naira to learn how to eat, then we spend again to learn how to stop eating, and then we now spend again to learn how to remove what excess food has been deposited in our bodies. All these are happening because we overlook the simple thing of life, our food sources. All our good food sources come from the ground. These various foods provide our body with different energy, nutrients, and other requirements to live our life to the fullness. Most of the food grown in natural environment contain the best nutrients that our body needs. Those that tend to grow on trees absorb a high level of sun ray, and that gives us more chlorophyll to be able to make our blood to become anew. While those that grow into the soil, they give us the food that stabilizes and balances our life. So these are simple ways of knowing what food is good for our system. It is not just about one dietary theory or the other. According to Joshua Rosenthal of Institute of Integrative Nutrition, New York, he said our body is a complete bio-laboratory where various things we put in our bodies get examined, processed, and give us results within a few minutes or an hour of the time we eat them. Now, do you now wonder why some people eat a particular type of food and they feel happy and well? Why the same food to others bring them depression and ill health? This is due to the individuality of each and every one of us. Each one of us can find out what is good for our breakfast, lunch, and dinner simply by experimenting with various natural sources of food. Most illnesses and diseases can be ameliorated by changing our diet and lifestyles. Bio-individuality is a concept that makes us to be unique in our own way. How we react, respond, and even metabolize our various food. Some people do well on high carbohydrate. Depending on the nature of the job and the lifestyle they all take. A manual laborer cannot be compared with a man who sits in an office from morning till the closing time. The man who uses lots of energy needs more energy giving food, while the one that is not physically exhausting needs light but highly nutritive food like fruits and vegetables. Some of us also have bio-individual nutrition based on our blood groups. The four major blood groups, A, B, and O. While some require heavy grounding food, others need more heightening food. This is based on our individual ability to break down, metabolize, assimilate, and what have you in our body. The way we have grown in our exposure to various types of technological advancement in nutrition, it calls for a new view of what we eat, drink, and how we live. According to Rosenthal, he said the new ways and life calls for new ways of nutrition too. And he calls it postmodern nutrition. What is postmodern nutrition? It has been found that what we actually eat that makes our life worthy of living is not just it's not all about what we put in our mouth. And those things that are our primary food in life, they are not having anything to do with the food we put in our mouth. So you see, sometimes you will think that you are eating the right food, but the right food you are eating is a secondary food. The main food that you need to have before your secondary food can make any sense in your body is the primary food. So now you want to ask me, what is primary food? I am going to tell you that before we close. You are still listening to the Dish of Life Extra, coming to you from Vision 92.1 FM in Abuja here. And your host is still here, Dr. Semiyu OlaGolden Salau. Now, what is primary food? Primary food are those things that surround our nature, that surround our lives, that make things work perfectly in order for the secondary food to function. Things like the relationship we have with people, our fathers, our mothers, our brothers, sisters, sons, daughters, friends. That relationship is part of our primary food. When it is not taken good care of, our secondary food is useless. Another one of our primary food is our career. Have you ever seen somebody who is very sad about what he does, irrespective of what money he's making out of it? He's not just happy. When you're not happy with your career, then how can the food you eat have any sense in your body? Even when the food is the best that is available to you. Other things like whether you move your body around, whether you do exercise anytime. Exercise does not mean running all over the place. Unfortunately, we have all been inundated with the fact that exercise means running around. No. I'll still tell you on this program what exercise of your body means, so that you won't see people who are running and you are not running and you believe that you're not exercising. No. And for those who want to run, fine, is good, but then it's not exercise. That is for a purpose. Purposeful exercise is different from normal routine exercise. Finally, primary food is also your spirituality. What do you believe in? It does not matter what you believe in. As long as the same God we all worship you believe in is one of your primary food. If you don't believe in anything, fine. As long as you don't get to have that purpose that will affect your spirituality, no matter which way you put it. And we won't be able to take more than this today. But by next week, we're going to continue where we stop. I'm still your host, Dr. Semiyu OlaGolden. May God Almighty make us meet again next week. Bye.